All right, what's going on, everybody? So, I did quite a bit off stream, and I also did some stuff on stream last night, but no one watched that stream, so I'll go over what I did. So, essentially, I have created a way. So, for the dialogue system, I'd like it so that if you click on the animated skeleton here, it's actually a plugin, right? And it's got this dialogue option, and you can choose any of these dialogues, and I'll show you a preview right here of what that dialogue is. Okay, so essentially, psych, I am not your father. This is loading from a JSON file that's right here. If we go to editor, open editor, data settings folder, and then we'll go to projects, oopsies, not that, sorry, app user data, Mecha. And I'll probably have to change exactly how this works, but the idea is that we've got this JSON here and we can add as many of these dialogues as we want. So we have a dialogue key, which is like the character and like which one. So father 001, father 02. In fact, I am going to make these 00s. So I'll do that right now just to show you exactly what's happening. So we can save that. And then the other thing you can see here is that we've got, this is a list. And in this list we have, it's a list of, right now, strings. And so the idea is that like each string in that list will be one text bubble. So it'll be like press A, hello, then you press A again, another text bubble pops up, I am your father. And so like that's the idea. So if I save this and quit that, and then come back into here, load this again, you can see that now this is changed to father 001 and father 002. We've got that right there, which is cool. The other thing changing, or should be changing, is the dialogue key index. It doesn't look like it is, which is weird. Because, so if I choose, so for instance, father 002, then I save the scene, exit out of it, and then go to, base character, it's right there. Go to animated skeleton, so it's there, so that's good. Dialogue key index, father 001. Oh, you know what? I go father 002. Okay, so that's fine. It's just not, that's weird. It's just not reflecting it immediately in the editor, but it is happening. So anyway, that's pretty cool. So you can see we can then select that, and I can make this really big, and I think you can search this. Yeah, you can. So that's epic. So like, for instance, like we might have 300 dialogues in my game. I can just open this, start searching, and then just, click the correct one. We'll get a preview of what that dialogue is right here, which is fantastic. And then, yeah, it's saved, which is really, really cool. I've also started to implement this. So if you click interactable, it adds this scene to the thing. But I'm getting, well, I guess it's not throwing those errors right now, but it was originally when I put this in. It was throwing me some errors. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, signal area entered is already connected, so I got to figure out this. But essentially, if you click interactable, I want it to add this scene to the scene, which then makes this character interactable. So if you enter into this area, this will pop above their head. You can hit A, and then it will trigger their dialogue. This removes it, and if we save the scene again, we'll not get that. So I don't really understand why that's happening. So signal area entered. So this is actually, it's a scene interactable base character interactable scene. Okay, so there that is. And so we're saying signal area entered and area exit is already connected to a given method on base character interactable area entered in that object. And it's not, the problem is because we're in the editor. Well, here, let's do this. So if I go, for instance, to father, which is the actual scene that will make use of this, and we go to animated skeleton here, and we say, okay, father 1 is what we want, and I want to do interactable. I save this, I should get those errors. Now what happens if I run this? Oh, he's not in the scene yet. So now he's in the scene. Okay, and now it's, but cool, look at that. You can go here, and you can, if you walk into the, oh, when I actually try to use it, every time it calls the signal, it's giving an issue. But it's working, so it's weird. So what I'd imagine is somehow it's calling these signals twice. That's cool. So if you go up to your dad, then this pops up. So I don't quite know. Let's see what the debugger is yelling at me at, and then maybe it'll signal area is already connected to a given Error calling blah blah blah. Method not found. So usually this, there we go. These are absolutely not. That's so weird. This is not the script at all. This is the transitioner I made. That's super weird. Okay, connect signal area entered is already connected to a given method on base. Yes, that's what I want. Thank you very much. Maybe, do I need to... Maybe it wants me to connect those signals on... let's try that. So, essentially if we go to the base character right here, all I'm doing is just adding. When we click, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, we'll print, just do print dialog. It should be fine. Just to see that it's working. But so right now, when you set interactable as true, this is a tool script, right? So that means it's running during the editor. This is using a setGet function. So essentially, when you do an export var with a setGet function, when you change those things in the editor, it then calls the function after setGet for your setting. And here we go. Here's the new value. Whatever you set it to, you need to make sure that, so I'm setting interactable to that new variable, or new value. And saying if new value, because this is a bool, so basically if true, and then if it's not true, delete that. So we're saying if true, spawn the scene. If it's not true, delete the scene. Now, a simple workaround to this would just be to, rather than spawn the scene, just like have it in here and either like make something for it to be activated or deactivated. Just a quick function like that, and then that would actually be easier. But let's just see. Let's just see here. It would be relatively simple, I think, if all we had to do was connect these functions to itself. So we would say this is what we want to connect. So then we'd say interactable instance dot connect area entered, and then interactable instance to itself, and then on. Oh wait, is it giving me options for functions? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay. And then if we go interactable ins dot connect area exited to interactable ins, and then we should get area exited, just like that. So now we're doing all the connections from code to connect these signals, and so what I'll do here is go up here, and then we'll disconnect these signals here by right-clicking disconnect, disconnect. And I don't really know if this will solve the problem, but I figure it's worth a shot. So I'll go ahead and clear this so we can actually see what's going on here. And then if we go back here, this is base character. I want to go to Faja. Go back here. Okay, output. We're still getting those errors. But let's see. That might have to do because it's there. So let's see. Let's try it again. Okay. If I save. No errors. That's very, very good. Okay. Also, if you had watched this, I started to work on this transitioner, where you can see it kind of does something like this. Actually looks pretty good, but I want to make it a little better. Ah, damn it. We're still getting those bugs. Yeah, so it's throwing an error every time that one of those signals is called. It's working, but it's so emit signal error calling method from signal tween completed sprite interaction prompt on tween completed method not found. Wait, what? Oh, these aren't even error calling method from signal tween completed. Oh, interesting. So these errors have actually nothing to do with that. But, you know, you live and you learn. Well, actually, it did fix those output errors, though, so that's fine. That's good. But it looks like it's going to be on here. If we go here. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so if we go here and do this, disconnect, then hopefully everything should be working right now. Okay, we can go there, we can do this, and then if I go here, oh, actually, dol, null, dol, null, dol, null, dol, 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 dol. Wait, this is weird though. because there should be dialogue. Ah, you know what? Because it's not an export var, it's not saving that. So it's saying null, but so if we go right here, for instance, so we've now fixed a lot of those issues, right? So if we go here, I can do this, and I can say like, okay, I want you to be the bad father, or father 1. This is what your dialogue is. I want you to be interactable or not be interactable. We can save. No errors are popping up. So that's cool. That's good. That's great. But so right now it should. So if we do something to say print dialogue. So for instance, setting dialogue. This is called. I should actually probably write some notes to myself here. So this, let's say, called when this node is selected in the scene tree. I'm going to say in the editor. Okay. Load dialog data, unless I did. No, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, so this is called when it's selected on the scene tree or in the editor. And this is actually going to be a big game, so I really should actually start doing this a little more frequently. Leaving comments to myself like what the hell these functions do, because I already kind of forgot, right? So if dialog key index blah blah blah. So we say if the dialog has been set previously. What is wrong with me? IOUS. If the dialog has been set previously, loads that past dialog. Okay. On dialog option selection selected, and then this will be set get for the plugin dialog selection. Okay, cool. So basically all I'm saying is that this function is called when we do this, right? So when I change that, it'll call that function. So what we can do here, so see here, if I print dialog right there, right? And then I go here and I'm like, okay, let's do this. It'll print that, right? So that's great. That's what we want. Okay. But, oh, why is there a fuckload of interactables popping up here? That's not good. That's really not good, lads, because I have no idea how to get rid of those fucking things. Okay. Let's do that, just to be safe, and then hopefully there's not 30 of those. Okay, there's just one. Now if we go here, is it going to add another one? Why would that be? That's weird that that happened. I don't really know why, and I'm kind of freaking out because I'm thinking like, should I just cut my losses and just make it like part of the scene tree, and then we just activate it and deactivate it when you hit interactable? I mean, I feel like that's almost certainly the better thing to do, but I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do that until it bites me in the ass. Let's see. Okay, so we're printing the dialogue when we change this. Okay, what if we do this? Is that what caused it? No. Okay, well, I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so yeah, so the idea is now if we run this, get into here, and go here, it should print. Okay, so it's printing null. So basically what that means is that we are setting the dialogue, but it's not remembering the dialogue. And the easy way around this is to just make dialogue an export variable, because export variables remember what we set them in the tool editor here. So, but then we do have to give dialogue some kind of value. But actually, I think that's actually fine. So if we go, we'll just take this. Oopsies, not that. Just this. Okay. And then write export bar dialogue equals null. Let's see. It might not let me do that. Yeah. You need a constant expression. Oh, it needs a type. That's why. So I think dialogue should actually be a string array like this. So now if we go here, array size 2. Yes. Okay. So that's cool. That's fine. Now I believe this should work. Oh, except it did it again. Did all that shit again. Oh, fudge. Oh, fuck. Now I have no idea what to do. Why would that happen? Because I guess it's because I changed the script in some way. So let's do load dialog data. So if I do this right now, it's just going to add another one on top of that. What if I exit out of this, click don't save, and I open up father again? Is it going to still be? Yes, it is. It's still going to be there. Oh, but what if we do this? Okay, so it's not actually as bad as I thought it was. we haven't doomed ourselves. But actually, yeah, the way I would have solved that, in case anyone's interesting, as you can say get children.print get children, we would do that, then I would just get the child that corresponds to that thing, and then I would delete it. But I don't think it's going to be an issue, because it seems like it's really only an issue when we change the code in here, which I don't really know why that would happen. But yeah, so I'll leave interactable as off while we actually mess with the... Oh, I know why. Or maybe I don't, but no, I don't. But so when I mess with the code, I'm going to be in this, I'm going to leave interactable off, so that way we can mess with it in father, and it's fine. Because this is the actual scene, and then father is one of the instances of this base character scene. Now, what do I need to do next? Oh, yeah, I want to make sure he's actually saying the dialogue now. So we go here and go over here, and then try to... Oh, but he's not interactable. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Anyway, skeleton, you are now interactable. Let's load the game. Okay. Hello, I'm your father. Okay, so now we actually need to make that appear in the game as an interactable thing, and I've started to work on that. We'll see. I've got about half an hour to try and implement this before my girlfriend comes home and I have to make some lunch, but then I'll be back on to finish this up. Probably like 1, maybe, no, probably like 1:32. But, so, we have something called a text box scene right here. I have the father there. Okay, but you can see if I do this. So it just you know, kind of displays some text, whatever you give it. But it's very, very simple. Right now we just kind of have a label and we're doing that. But it's the basic idea and premise that works, and it's right now it's doing it on ready. But we want to actually make a function and put this somewhere. So text box text. I think what I'm going to do is actually rename this to dialog box, rename, and then we'll rename this as well to dialog box, rename. Okay, and I gotta come here, close this, and then if I click this, hopefully it's on the right one. It is, but I oftentimes get some issues with doing stuff like that, so we'll see. Oh, I made a dialog box? I'm down. We'll do that. So instead of I'm going to change type here. Change type to texture, rect, and then I'll add in, actually before I even add this in, I want to make sure we've got scale on expand. We'll just do scale. We'll turn expand on. And let's see whatever these were. Well, I could just do Command Z if it doesn't work how I want it to. Okay, good. Now that looks like shit because this was not made for this size. But that's fine for right now. Maybe I'll just fix the margin so we can actually see a little bit. Because this is probably going to sit in there for a long time. It will probably be, set this to like 100. Top to like 50. Maybe 25 there. And we'll do 200. And 250. Nice. Okay. And then we'll do right negative 250. Yeah, that's fine. Hokey dokey, hokey pokey, smoky wokey. There we go. And then this should still just work. Oh, well, no, because we have to change this to a texture. That's not even gonna. Okay, there we go. That's cool. Now it'll work. Yeah. So obviously it looks terrible right now, but the idea is that we've got, this is like the base of something that will work. So I have something. This is called the pop-up layer. And so this is a global script, meaning, or singleton, meaning that it exists in every single thing here. So here's pop-up. Let me go ahead and get that. And that is just for like reading signs, things that just literally pop up. I very, very rough sketched that out. But now what we'll do is go ahead and add this as a scene. Dialog box texting. I'll rename this to dialog box, and then I'll do the same thing here. The dialog box. Cool. Safe. And the safe. Okie dokie. So, we'll probably need to do quite a bit here to actually get this in the way that it's working. But so here I'll have, so here we have a function called display popup. And then we have hide popup. Okay. And then we're going to do function display underscore. Yeah, here's what we'll go. So display dialog, and we'll do this, pass. And then as an argument, we are going to say dialog, and then this is going to be a array, okay. And then this will actually return nothing. I don't usually do type hinting and stuff, but I think I'm going to right now. So all this is saying is that this argument must be a type of array, which it should be, and that this will not return any, you can't capture any value from this. It just does something in its place. So I also want to go ahead and grab now. So do on ready, I can't type. I look at my keyboard still like an idiot, and I hate it. Dialog. Oh yeah, we have to actually name this. So dialog box equals dialog box. Okay, cool. So now, so what's going to happen is basically so that we're not in father. Let's actually close this. Yeah, I'll close that for right now because we only need base character adult. And in the animated skeleton, say on interacted. Right now we're just printing the dialogue, but what we actually want to do is we're going to say pop up. Oopsies, no, not that. Pop up layer. I should actually, I like to usually preface all my global scripts with an underscore, so that way you don't have to get, deal with interactions like that. So we'll say pop up layer dot display dialog, and then we'll say dialog. Okay. And now if we go to our pop-up layer on the display dialog, we're now filling this array with this. And if we wanted, I'll do this just to make sure that everything is working, even though it's totally pointless. But that's just how I roll, baby. You know why? There's several reasons, but so what we want to do here is we're going to change this. So I'm going to go ahead and change all that. Okay, I'm going to say function play underscore dialogue. This, we'll do this. And then we'll say dialogue. Okay, yeah, and this is going to be of type string. And then this again is going to be void. Okay, so we're going to say label dot set underscore text, or I guess I should be consistent. So sorry, visible characters. I'm sorry, not visible characters, but text equals dialogue. Okay, so label dot so text equals dialogue. Label dot visible characters equals 0. Var cars equals label dot get total character count. Okay, that's cool for car. For cara, let's just change this real quick because that's gonna bug me. I hate that you can't hit enter there. Yeah. Okay. Damn it. Okay. I hate when that happens. Oh, I did that for a reason. That's great. Fine. Okay, so for car and cars, then we'll display this and whatever. We also want to go ahead and hide. So I guess we should probably call randomize right here, unless we get any issues. There's gonna be a lot more to this. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make a signal right here. So signal, dialogue, played. Okay, and then here we'll do emit signal, dialogue played. So essentially, this won't play until the for loop finishes, and the for loop is depending on this yield function, which I think I might end up having to change this. We'll see, because if you change scene right now in Godot when you are using this function, the getTree.create timer, it crashes your game. So I don't know. It's like just knowing that, even if there's a, I could make it so that when you're in dialogue, your character just pauses, right? So you can't move him, and then you couldn't potentially change scenes. But it just opens up the possibility for a game crashing bug to exist, which is scary. The only thing is that it sucks because then in here I have to have a timer and then create a separate function here. It would just be way more difficult. This is so nice if I can do it this way, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it for right now. We'll see if anything bad happens. What is this yelling at me for? I don't know. Descript tokenizer. Yeah, I think that just happens to do with something that I changed. Yo, what's up, King TJ? I'm working on a dialogue system. Got a basic dialogue box right here, and then I think what I'll do is this is a pop-up layer. That's not the script we want. If we go to dialog box, yeah, I'll do it here. So we'll do dialog box dot hide. Okay, and so right now we shouldn't have the dialogue playing, and then it shouldn't work right now, but just to make sure. Okay. So that's good because that means it's printing from here. So now we can do, so that's an array, right? And it's an array of those several texts. Hello, I'm your father. Now there's a lot we actually have to do. I actually have to get some interactions working in the dialog box here. I guess I would also probably like to do this right now. So we'll come, why is that not? Okay, we'll connect this dialog played signal here. So this will be, organize my code real quick. It's going to be pop-ups. Okay. So pop-ups, and then this one will be Did it work? Nope. Dialogue. Okay. Now, so rather than this, what we'll do... Yeah. Actually, I don't even know if I want... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't even know if I'm going to need this necessarily, because I'm going to have this handle the input, right? So essentially what will happen is, like, I've said this like a bunch, but just in case you're interested, King TJ, is like, so for instance right here you can see this is an array, and it's got hello, comma, I'm your father. So that's two elements in the array. So the first thing will be hello, so it'll go hello, and then you hit A or whatever the interaction button is, and then it goes to the next dialogue and says I'm your father, and then you can hit A and then it'll close. So it'll do that for each element in the array, and that will be handled from here. Oh yeah, so we actually do need this to happen. So here what I'm going to do is we're going to say dialogue. So I guess I actually need to, so I'll pass right now. And then I need to make another variable right here. And this is going to be var current underscore dialogue equals, and this will be an empty array. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. In fact, I'm going to leave this null right there, just var current dialogue. So we're going to say current dialogue equals dialogue, okay? Current dialogue equals dialogue. And then what we want to do is say dialogue box. Something just called dialogue? Oh yeah, dialogue box dot play dialogue, and then we're going to say current dialogue, and then we get the first thing, okay, from that dialogue, and then we say I think it's erase. Yeah, I think it's, so we do current dialogue dot erase. No, it's not erase. We want to do remove. So Godot array. I think it's remove. So what I'm trying to do right now, yeah, and then we go by index. Perfect. That's what we want. Erase so like we can say, we can do erase, but erase is like by the value. So like if the value is current, we could put erase current dialogue 0, or we could just do remove 0. I think that should do it in its place. Remove blah blah blah, da, 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 nothing happens. Okay, that's great. That means it's not going to break either. So current dialogue dot remove 0. Okay. Perfect. And then we do this. So on dialogue played. Yeah. Okay. Now we actually might have something happening here, hopefully. Oh, we didn't show it. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that right here, I guess. So we'll say dialogue box dot show. Okay. Yo, what's up, daddy? I was not expecting that to work. That's unreal, dude. That's epic. I'm a little concerned though that worked actually. I'm not actually as ecstatic anymore. I'm more concerned right now because that could potentially mean there's a big problem. And that so if I go to big character here and then go to inspector. Oh, we need to open up father actually for this. What is happening? Why you not let me zoom? Huh? Why you not let me zoom? Okay, whatever. You know what? Go fuck yourself. Okay. That's still there. So I guess that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. So essentially what's happening is that when I interact, it's not the interaction thing is not stopping interactions, which is actually okay, I guess, because that's going to work just fine as long as we can handle that. So we're gonna say display dialogue. So I'm probably not going to need this signal here. And then so basically what we're gonna do, so display dialogue, current dialogue equals dialogue, dialogue.show. Yeah. So this is my fear. We'll see what happens though. Okay, so we're gonna say if dialogue, I would say if current dialogue, do this, and we'll say else dialog box dot hide. Okay, so now the idea is this will definitely work once, or not actually definitely, but it should work once, and then I'm worried that. Okay, now if I go back, yeah. So what's happened is that we've basically permanently, at least in the game, deleted his dialogue. So when we come here and we look at this, we're removing it from this, not, I only want it to be removed from the, I only want this to be removed from this variable right here. Dialogue. I think you can do like .copy or something, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say if. Oh, well, that's nice. Actually, that'll work. So we're going to say if current dialogue. Ah, another problem now. So I think I need to actually explain what the heck it is I'm actually thinking. So right now we're setting this to this. And if we say that we only want the current dialogue to equal this once, right? The first time we initiate dialogue, right? Then we can say, so like basically this. We can put this right here. So else do this, okay? And then here's where we actually put show. Okay, and we can get rid of this. Now, this would again partially work. So if I do this, nothing should break. Okay, yeah, but now it doesn't end. There's no way to know that it's ended. But we can actually utilize this. And then I actually, so we can do this. We can say display dialogue. And then we can just do that. This is actually providing me with several NS. Dialogic. I like it, Ennis. I like it. Okay, so right now I'm trying to figure out how to get the loop basically to work, and I think I'm pretty close. So now, when we finish, I want to say, basically, if current dialogue, if not current dialogue. We only want to do something if a current dialogue is out, then we'll do dialogue box.hide. Okay, and this, I think, should actually get me a full loop. But it's going to have some issues, a lot of issues, actually. But that being one of them. So I actually don't want that. Nothing's easy. Oh, it's like a thing? I thought you made up that word. I kind of dig the plugin I just made. Wait, is this what you're talking about? No, that can't be what you're talking about. This is what you're talking about. Monologue refers to one entity with all the information, simply giving it to others without explanation, clarification, discussion. The word dialogic. Oh, so this would be like a behavior tree of dialogue? Is it in the form of dialogue that possesses? Oh, that's cool. I'm going to be doing something like that, actually, where, depending on what you choose, different actions will happen. Yo, what's up, Redefined Game Dev? Oh, it's a Godot plugin, just released Vue 1.0. Click on Assets in Godot. Oh, you're trying to, okay. Well, I actually already made a little plugin here. Oh yeah, I haven't showed, yeah, you guys all just popped on. So if you go into the base character and you click Animate Skeleton, I made this plugin. So we've got dialogue and this. So it reads the JSON file and we can select which dialogue, and it's actually searchable. And we can select any dialogue from here. And then here's the dialogue, which is an array of dialogues. And so, I typically like to make stuff myself, especially this is like not that hard to do. But, you know, I'll check it out. Let's see what he's got going. Well, I mean, I realistically want to see what it can do. So, let's see. Where do you search? Is this it? Okay. Dialogue editor. Ooh. Create dialogues, characters, and scenes to display conversations on your Godot games. In your Godot games. No, I think I'm gonna keep mine, but let's see what it's about here.
Hello and welcome to a new update for Dialogic. In the version 0.7,
I don't know if you guys do this, but I never
I removed some legacy files, a lot of stuff that was from the previous versions. Now
watch videos on one-time speed.
Theme tab, which I will cover now.
Yeah, I was actually intending on using BB Code to style it too.
The character tab, I added a context menu so you can remove characters or open the working character from there.
That's
I
cool.
Added the same kind of menu in timelines. So if you saw my previous videos, you will notice that this was not supposed to happen in the version 0.7. I moved the timeline a little bit because a lot of people is impatient to start using it, so now it wasn't working exactly, so I need to get that in line. The timeline will look like this right now. I'll check that, and now you will see we have this new icon over here, which is the theme, which will have all the options available for you to use.
Oh, that's
right
nice.
now it's a little bit limited, but I will keep adding stuff here so you can modify more stuff. The first option will be the font, which you can pick for some reason. And whenever you make a change here, you can press on this preview changes button, and a new dialog will pop up with the new changes that you have. Let's go back to white.
I'm planning on actually doing all of this, and I like coding, so I'm probably gonna just do it myself, and do it from scratch. It's actually funny though. What's kind of annoying about 2x speed is that it doesn't give the YouTube people the watch time, so I feel bad. So that's why I'm always like, I need to like this video. This is actually a really dope plugin, and I'm basically going to be making a inferior version of this. But I have been getting really excited about making this because I'm a nerd, and I've got the idea. So the idea is much simpler. Essentially, we'll use a form of, I think it's Markdown is what it's called. Yeah, Markdown. And then so this, if you don't know, this is how you use in like doing stuff like a README in I want to maybe learn the rocks. I don't know. Dive into the syntax. Why you no worky? Why you no worky for me? There we go. Dive into the syntax. So for instance, like here, you'd put a hashtag in front of something you wanted to be a heading or something like that, and then if you wanted to make something like bold, you would put these two asterisks around it or something like that, whatever. And so I'm going to be doing something like that, but a little simpler, where essentially, oh, what did I do here? That's weird. But essentially, it'll be something like, so if we go, I'll just type it right here. So like, let's say I'm writing dialogue. I'm like, hello, and it'll be like I, and then let's say I want to have am bolded. I would do this 0, 1. Oopsies. It's supposed to be this 0, 0, 1. Am this your father? And then so it'd be like that. And then when we interpret this string, right? Because this will be a string, so I have something like this, and then like this. Oopsies, I can't do anything right now. What is happening? Okay, we would parse this before we display it. We'll check. We'll say, okay, here's an asterisk. Then we'll look at all our BB code styles, and this will be the index of which style you want to choose from the BB code. Then for every character between the end of this number and the start of this asterisk, we'll apply that BB code, and then once we hit this asterisk, we'll change back to normal and delete this asterisk, and then yeah, that's how it's going to go. At least that's my idea. The dialogue thing seems cool, but I don't know. I like making stuff myself. That should be okay. Why the hell is it using? Oh no, I just download someone's plugin. I don't want that plugin. Okay, cool. Just my own plugin. That is not, I'm not going to publish this plugin. I just made it so I could use it. It took me like 30 minutes to make. It's like pretty cheesy, but yeah, you've got this, and you can search all the dialogue that you've made, and then so essentially the way you add dialogue is you go up to here, editor, open editor data settings folder. Actually, is this? Do I already have this open? I don't. App user data, Mecha, dialog.json. It's a JSON folder here. And then you would just add this. So if I want to make more here, like let's say I want a third dialogue prompt for father here, do something like this, do that, and then this would be father 003, and then we'd say like hey, I am your father, and then we could do something else like gotcha. Okay, so that would be like one example. So I'll save that, and I'll actually want to quit Xcode. And then if we go into here, now I can click this. Well, actually, let's do this. I need to reload it. Now if we go here, father 003 pops up there, and if we click that, it displays the preview right here. I need to change this the settings on this node so that way it actually separates that vertically rather than horizontally, because if we have long dialogue, it's going to stretch all the way across the screen. But yeah, so there's how that works, and it's pretty nice. And now what we're doing is we have that dialogue. You can see here it is in the array here, and then we're sending that array of dialogue over to our pop-up layer, which is then displaying it. So what we want to do now, so let's try, I don't want to remember where we're at. So if I go in here and I start talking to my dad here, it just goes away. Oh, and that's a problem. Stack overflow, stack size 1024. Okay. This no bueno. Uh-oh. My computer's freaking out, y'all. It's crazy. I just saw the like a little thing of
some people have less needs, so yours will be more appropriate, I think, compared to dialogue. The only issue is maintaining it. Well, you should publish it.
I would publish it. I'm just, yeah, I guess I will, but it's just like, it does exactly what his does, it's just inferior, you know? But yeah, I mean, I would do that. I would just say like, what's up? This is mine. Make a little video on how to use it and stuff. The other thing is like, yeah, then I would have to also do this. Like I have a pretty, yeah, I like, that's the thing with making plugins is like, they're so hard to explain to people that you're like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. Like I have a really crazy plugin that I made, which is why I was able to make that in 30 minutes. That basically, well, actually I'll show you. I'm really proud of this. Let me go ahead and show you. So I go to documents here, Godot code, Godot Gamepad, and I go to, is it this? Yeah, we can open this up. So this is a Godot project where you're actually going to have a controller here, and And so this would be the host side. If you want to have people use like their iPhone as a controller in your game, right? Let's say I'm making a Super Smash Bros. Game. All you'd have to do is download the app that like I would put on the Apple App Store, and it would say like I don't know. I think it's called the Godot Gamepad. You literally just hit connect, and then you connect to this, and whatever the person who made the game designed the remote to look like. So if they've got like thumbsticks and 2 buttons, that you can kind of configure that, and I'll show you that right here. I think it's called config. Yeah, gamepad layout config. I'm hoping. Yeah. Okay. So here's this. So we've got a little thing like this, and it's definitely still quite rough. But so for instance, like I just want this basic thing. I've got a thumbstick and I've got those 2 things there, and that's all I want for anyone who plays my game to see on their gamepad. But like, let's say I wanted to change that. Like, I don't want the A button here, so I can delete that. I can change this. We can add another button, and then this will be like the X button, and then we'll change the color there to like a blue color or something like that. I don't know why that's translucent. Like I said, there's a lot of bugs here. But so that's something you could do. And then what's happening is that we're able to create this. Anyway, so it's pretty complex, pretty cool. And then like here on the left side, I don't know. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out. That's what the last thing I was doing when I did this, which was quite a while. I was trying to figure out how to make center things. I think these should all be 0, but we can add text input button. Oh, that was just a test. That's cool. Anyway, so you can go here and then you can change this, like, oh, I want the D-pad, or I don't want anything there. You can go to action buttons, then you can add more buttons on this side. So yeah, a little something like that. That was what this was supposed to be, but I just don't care. I've kind of given up on this. I'm bored of it. I don't think there's enough attention to garner anything. But I published it on GitHub, and I've posted it on Reddit a few times, and those posts got over 1,000 likes and stuff. And I've put it on, like, in those posts, like, here's the GitHub, like, use this if you want. Totally, MIT license, like, do whatever you want. But I don't think I'm going to continue with it, just because I've only got, I don't have that long. Let's see, it's April. I don't know my months of the year. I swear to God, I don't know my months. I don't know my months of the year. It's April, May, June, July, August. Shit, dude. I've got 5 months. If I want to make this game, I've got 5 months to pull it together. It's not published in that. It's not on the App Store, but it is on GitHub. So if you go to my GitHub, which is my YouTube description, so I'll actually just go through that way. So because I don't think anyone, like, I had no idea what the YouTube. Where it's going on here. I had no idea what the YouTube description was. So if we go to my channel and we go to About, then you can go here and we can go to my GitHub. And if you go here, I have the Godot Gamepad. And I made like a pretty professional looking little thing here. So you can see here's my planned features. And this is the instructions for developers on how to put it into your games and stuff like that. And then when you download this, it comes with the Gamepad client. And this is the part that you actually run on the phone, so which is also a Godot project, because Godot has built into it like, actually let's do this. Let's run this through. I'm very down to show you this, because I think it's so cool. I'm very proud. So Godot Gamepad, go client, and then I'll go ahead and open up this one. Okay, so here is this, and I'll put this over here, and then we'll open this up again. Go back to Godot Gamepad. Oh no, here we do want to open plugin and open project.godot. Okay, put this on this side. And so, if we run the lobby scene, okay, we run this right here, and I'll put this over here. And then if we run this one, okay, this is the Gamepad client, right? So this is what you'd see on your iPhone. And then, so you click this, right? So like this is your game. Like let's say I'm making Super Smash Bros. And I say, okay, let's connect controllers. Search for controllers. Then here you click connect, and there we go. I'm connected, and then it just loaded that from that, and now I'm in there. Right now I don't have. Oh yeah. So at the bottom here you can see that the output is doing that. This works just fine. The reason it's doing 4 is because it's sending them via UDP packets, which are like, if you don't know what that means, I didn't either before doing this, so don't feel bad. They are like there's two types of like packets. They're UDP and TCP. I'm sure there's others, but those are the two I know about that you can send with Godot very easily. And they're like sending stuff. I gotta stop cussing through Wi-Fi, and it's sending information. But UDP packets versus TCP are very fast, but they can get lost in translation essentially, especially the more UDP packets you're sending. So the idea was that if I send 4 UDP packets per signal, that it's actually going to do that. And here you can see that, oh, it's not going to do that, but this is a thumbstick, and you can like do this, and it gauges the intensity by which you're pushing it and the direction, and converts that to a normalized vector with a normalized intensity between 0 and 1, and then sends that to here in real time. So it's very hard. The D-pad is much better because it's much lower intensity on having to deal with it in terms of processing. Because like here, literally every little, like all these little movements I'm doing are sending UDP packets. Whereas D-pad, you press right, it's one UDP packet, and then until you release it. Same thing with here. So you can hold this, and it's going to send just those 4 until you release it. Anyway. Pretty cool. It actually does, like I have put it on my phone and it works on my phone, which is cool. But I don't know, there's a lot of bugs with it. There's a lot of stuff. I feel like people would want more features. I had intended to make it so you could also put, one, a lot more customization, but 2, you'd have like, so obviously you want to do a start and select button, like a pause button. Also, like for people who aren't even making like real games, like games, I'm sorry, not real games, but games in the way we would, but more like something like a trivia game or something, you would have like an enter text button. So you could be like, okay, new question, like a trivia thing would be like, okay, what is the capital of Norway or whatever? I don't even think that's a legitimate question, but then you could click and you go, okay, this, and then submit, and that would be your answer. And it would submit that answer, and then it would say, you know, this person is correct, and they're blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's that thing. But I wanna get on this. It's also, my girlfriend should be home already, which is a little terrifying. But so we go to pop-up layer. That was quite abrupt transition, but let's get back to this. Let's get some pop-up working. So right now the error that's happening is that the second it's finished, we're hiding it, and that's because of this. And if we do it again, we get a game crashing error because of this. So actually, I do want to see that because I might have to change this. I don't even know what that means, dude. I legitimately don't know what, like, why is the stack, like, which stack, what stack? I didn't make a stack. Did you make a stack?
How long have you been using Godot for?
Thanks, Ennis. The Pace Games. I have been using Godot. Crap, almost a year now, dude. That's pretty gnarly. You kind of like lose track of time. Hold on. Yellow. Yes, I can. Okay, all right, let me back. All right, my girlfriend has forgotten her keys, so I must let her into the apartment building. But, oh no. Oh, good, they're still here. So, at function display. Ah, you know what? It's because we've created a cyclic loop here, and that is because, so dialogue, if current dialogue. That's because current dialogue exists? How's that possible? Huh? Print current dialogue. Okay. Let's run this. My girlfriend's gonna be mad. She's definitely going to be mad. Okay, let's do this. Gonna need to force quit it when it does this. Come on, there we go. A little bit of force quit there. Okay, now if we go to upload. Okay, so it's printing a blank array. So it is a blank array, and technically, if you say like if blank array, 52. So we're calling this function over and over and over again, is what's happening. So I think what's happening is that dialog is an empty array. That's what it must be. So let's see. We'll go here. Okay, I'm actually going to go let her in real quick, and then I'll be back. Sorry. You want to come get Mama? in a sec. Yes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Everyone's still here. No freaking way. But yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So the idea is that we're actually changing the dialogue here, and I don't think there is a copy. Oh, right. It returns a copy of the array. Okay. So we need to do dialog dot duplicate, and then true. And the reason I'm doing true is so essentially if you have like an array of arrays, this will copy the array within the array if you do deep, is my understanding. I actually have never used this with having to use deep, but I'm planning on having some other features here, right? So like right now it's just an array of strings, but we might have like string, and then at the end of that I might have like an instruction. So like it'll be in a dictionary after the string, and it'll say signal, and then I'll know to emit a signal, and then it'll have the signal that it wants to emit, and then that can like change things. Anyway, lots of different possibilities there, but this I think should fix that if we've duplicated it now, because we don't want except it never ends now. Okay. But we're getting closer. The game's not crashing, so that's good. I also don't want this to be printing this. Okay. 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 So I think the idea here is that I could make a flag. So
I might take them out because I have cake.
Mm-hmm.
And then just makes more sense to do it now because I'm not super hungry.
Okay. You're not hungry?
No, I need to eat. I'm just not super hungry.
Okay, cool. When's your next class?
I have cake at 2.
2, okay.
But I have to leave at 1:30.
Gotcha. Okay, so I could probably do this for maybe 10 more minutes, then I gotta hop off. But, so, display dialog. So right now there's a lot of problems with this. We've got the dialog here, and we're running the same thing with this dialog. And then we're saying if we have a current dialog, meaning this, then do this. But this is a problem, and so is this, right? Because, so I think what I need to do is actually make a flag. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. So we're pressing it, and then on here I don't want this to hide. I want it to instead have a flag. So we'll make a new flag. Say var displaying underscore dialog equals false, and I'll type hint this as a bool, like that. Okay. And then here, when we do this, we'll say displaying dialog, oopsies, displaying dialog equals true. Okay, and then here, what we'll do is say displaying dialog, displaying dialog equals false. Yes, so this is true until the very end, and then if you press this again, we'll say if current dialog. So what we'll actually do is first, so this will actually be an elif, and then here we'll have an if. Uh-oh, why is this doing this? Here's the if. Okay, so we're going to say if. I think I'm going to do this very, very slightly differently. I'm trying to think. So, Let's see. I'll press this after that is done, but this is going to be false, in fact, most of the time. So what we actually want is to check if displaying dialogue. So say if. So if we're displaying dialogue, we want what to happen, right? We want this to happen, actually. So if displaying dialogue, oh my god, I keep doing that. If displaying dialogue, then do this. I'm using my trackpad today, oopsies, which is why I'm doing a little weird because my mouse is out of battery. But oh fuck me, you know, I just did that. I gotta go to my editor settings and change the code font size back to 16. I think I had it at 16, so I have it on my, yeah, okay. So okay, dialog box.play dialogue. Do this. Okay, so if we're displaying dialogue, right, just go ahead and just play the next sequence in the dialogue and remove it. And this will be if there's not any current dialogue. So if there's no current dialogue and we hit this, then do this. So this should be elif no current dialogue, not current dialogue, and displaying, oh my god, why do I keep doing that? I might need to change that very well. So elif not current dialogue and displaying current dialogue, okay, and then else. So this should only be not current underscore dialogue and not displaying underscore dialogue. Okay, that's when we want this to run. Okay, so I think that's gonna work. So essentially, you'll click the first time you press this, right? There's nothing on the screen. We'll say if displaying dialogue is the first one we check. This is going to be false because it starts out false. Then we'll go down to this, if not current dialogue and displaying dialogue, do this, except I'm gonna need to change this. Else there's no current dialogue and we're not displaying dialogue. This is basically start displaying dialogue right here. So I'll write that. Start displaying dialogue. And then this will be if displaying dialogue, play next dialogue. Okay. And then here we're saying that if there is not current dialogue, but we do this, then all we want to do here is do dialog box.hide. Dialog box dot hide. Okay, let's check it out. Might work, might not. Damn it. Why is that not working? Oh, because this is never true almost. Yeah, it's not, because the second there is no current dialogue, then displaying dialogue is going to equal false. So that way this never occurs. Okay, so it's a little bit of a problemo. I'm a little confused. Oh, did she just take the dogs out? I feel so bad because I also like walking my dogs. She didn't even, yeah, fuck me. I'm a shitty person, and I accept it. Yeah. so we're skipping over this. This is basically when we're trying to get the dialogue to end, because currently this is never true, because we have to figure out, so this is telling us that we've reached the last bit of dialogue, and I actually don't think we even need this. I think that is also the part that's kind of convoluting this whole deal. So we go here, I'm going to disconnect this, and I'll show you what my plan is, obviously. So we go here, and then I'm going to do this. Okay. And then here we'll say displaying dialogue equals false. Okay. So the idea here is that this will become true, and this will still be, this will become false, meaning this whole thing will evaluate to true, and then this will still be true. So then we'll come here, set this to false, and then we'll hide the dialog box. And then the next time you press it, it'll do it again. So now it should work. I think we got some stuff going on. So we go here. So close. Invalid get index 0. Oh, I see. Okay, well that's actually as simple as putting this one above that. It should be, at least. Okay, give it a shot, eh? Okay, do my dance there. That's great. There we go, baby. That's working. And of course, now what we can do is go over to our father scene and then be like, okay, well, you know, I actually, in this scene, I'm putting him in a different scene, for instance. So we could go, for instance, like if we go to, oh, I don't have dad's scene open. But like if you go to the actual scene that you have the instanced father, you can then, so go editable children, go to animated skeleton, and then you can change this specific to that scene, right? We can say, in this scene specifically only, I would like him to use this dialogue, father 3. Okay. And then we can go ahead and run it. Yeah. Dude, where do you get these emojis? That's dope. That's dope. So yeah, obviously I have a lot more plans, but that is like a very basic dialogue system, and it's very, it's good. It's very great. Hey, Abigail.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna finish up right now. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up right now. I might hop on later, but I want to explain just like the basics of like what I'm hoping to do. Right. So now we've got this. This works. We're given this dialogue array. What I would also like to do is that in this one, right, so in this one, in displaying dialogue, we're basically going to parse whatever is the next thing in the array first before we do this, right? So we're basically going to say, if it's a string, do this, right? So we can actually say, if, I'll do that right now. So we're going to say, if current dialogue 0 equals, is it type of? Godot has like weird type functions. Let's see. Type of, I don't think, returns the internal type. Oh no, yeah, okay. So that is what we want. So if we go back, what am I doing? Pop-up layer. Go here, if say if type of so if type of this equals type underscore string. Okay. So if yes, then we'll say do this. Okay. And that should work, I think. Okay, so that worked, right? Okay. And then we'll just do another thing. We'll say elif type of this is type like array, and then I can put orders in that array. So or a dictionary, for instance. Probably an array though. And the first element would be like a string that says type or says signal, right? And then it'll be like, okay, so what we're going to do is send a signal, and then the next element of that array will then say what signal is to be emitted, and we'll know in this code to emit that signal. And that might allow things to happen within the dialogue that like affect things. So right after you finish talking to this character, the screen starts shaking, right? That would be why we would want to do something like that. Because we'd send the signal to the camera that says shake the screen for this amount of time, and we'd also send a signal to somewhere else that says control this. I might make a specific node, for instance, that would be for one scene, and that scene might control all of the animations for that scene, right? And then we could just kind of talk to that node from here. So that's kind of the idea of where I'm trying to go with this, what I'm trying to do. But now we got a very basic dialogue. The other thing you could also do here is just for conversations. Obviously, you could say that whoever sent the dialogue, I might have to change this function. We'd grab that person and say that now change your dialogue key, right? So if we go to base character here, not that one, go to base character here, you can see that we could change now our dialogue key from father 003, and we could change that to father 002, right? Or 1, or whatever it may be. And then the next time you talk to that person, then he'll say something else. So that can help with back and forth conversations. So you can have them go like that. But yeah, that's my plan for this dialogue system. Once I get it fleshed out, I guess I'll go ahead and publish it as Ennis has so kindly suggested. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know how many people will actually be able to make use of it, but yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be probably on later today, kind of working with figuring out some more stuff in the dialogue system, and also a little more at the transitions. And then after I finish that, I will probably be just working on art, and then some of the mechanics of the basic scene there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one.